Hello and welcome, welcome again. Welcome to class 176. I'm rolling up my sleeves, getting ready to work. Yeah, simple past. Dios mío, Richard, estoy harto de simple past. I'm sick and tired of the simple past. Well then, perhaps I can teach you the complicated past. I mean, which do you prefer? The simple past or the complex past? Yeah, el pasado simple o el pasado complejo. There is no complicated or complex past. All of the past is complicated and complex. But we need to continue. And besides, ¿y qué? And besides, sí, y además. And besides, I teach the simple past, but at the same time I'm using the present and the future and other elements of the language. So, yes, I'm teaching the simple past, but I'm exposing you and covering you, manoseando, with the entire with the English language. The phonetics, listening comprehension. Recuerda, la comprensión auditiva es 2 veces más importante que el nivel hablado. If you understand perfectly, ya tienes el 80% resuelto del inglés. O de cualquier idioma, understanding perfectly. So I'm going to imbuir todo el ambiente. I'm going to imbue the entire atmosphere with English. All right, simple past, page 190. Voy a hacer las frases que ya tienes aquí. How did you make that castle? I made it. How did you make that castle? I made it with sand and cement. Cemento. Cement. There are 2 pronunciations, cement and cement. Both are correct. Now, the verb cimentar, we say to cement. We need to cement our relation. Teacher-student, a good symbiosis. We need to cement our relation. All right. How did you make that castle? I made it. I made it with sand and cement. Wow, cement, yeah. I've made many castles. Sand castles on the beach. Sand is arena, sand. There isn't as much sand in Spain as in Algeria. There isn't as much sand in Spain as in Saudi Arabia. There's more sand in those countries than in Spain. But there's a lot of sand in Spain. All right, sand. To make a sand castle. Richard, when was the last time you made a sand castle? I don't remember. Long time ago. But I made a lot of sand castles when I was little. And then the water comes in and washes away my sand castle. And the tide rushes in and washes my castles away. All right. So, a castle. Latin castle is muda. We don't say castle. And there's a city in the north of England called Newcastle. Newcastle. However, the people who live in Newcastle don't say Newcastle. They say Newcastle. Newcastle. And they're right. The rest of the people are wrong. We say New York, New Jersey, Newcastle. All right. So, how did you make that castle? I made it with sand and cement. And when did you make it? I made it last week. Why did you make it? I made it because I wanted to make it. All right. Made. Yes. Did you make an effort yesterday to understand the story about Pierre Monet? Yes, I did, Richard. I made a strong effort. Fíjate cómo lazo. Y no exagero. I made a strong effort yesterday to follow perfectly the story about Pierre Monet and the Prime Minister and Pierre's boss and the translation and the speech in London in front of the British Parliament, in front of the House of Commons. Yes, Pierre's a good translator, Richard. I agree. I made an effort to understand. Very good. All right, next one. Where did you catch that cold? I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze. What's the problem, Richard? Okay. I'm okay now. I'm okay. Fíjate con estoy bien. Ya estoy bien. Fíjate con el lazo. I'm okay. ¿Cómo lo digo? I'm I'm okay. I'm okay now, I think. Yeah. I'm okay. What's the problem? I have a cold. You have a cold? Why? Because I have a cold. I caught a cold last week, and I still have the cold. Why did you catch a cold? I caught a cold because I went out in the early morning thinking it was 20 degrees and it was only 11 degrees. Really? What time did you go out? I went out at 6 o'clock in the morning to run, wearing summer clothes, and I caught a cold. All right. Where did you catch that cold? I caught it during my trip to Sweden, dicen aquí. I've never been to Sweden, so I didn't catch my cold on a trip to Sweden. How much spaghetti did you eat last night? My God. Last night? Nope. I didn't eat any spaghetti last night. What did you eat last night? You're not going to believe me. What do you mean I'm not going to believe you? You're not going to believe me. Try me. I tried you the other day in a 2 or 3 classes ago, and you didn't believe me. You said you were going. I told you you weren't going to believe me, and you said try me, and I told you, and in effect, efectivamente, you didn't believe me. All right, and this time you're not going to believe me. Come on, Richard, what did you eat last night? What did you have for dinner last night? You're not going to believe me. Oh, let me worry about that. All right. I had a two-course meal. Oh, wow. For dinner? Yeah, I had a 2-course meal. Course es un concurso de inglés. Yes, this is an English course, yes. And a golf course is un campo de golf, a golf course. And of course is por supuesto. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. But course also means una cena de 2 platos, se dice 2 cursos, a 2-course dinner, 3-course, 4-course, de 3 platos. First course, primer plato, second course, segundo plato. Así se dice en inglés. First course and second course. I had a 2-course dinner last night. Really? Yeah. But you're not going to believe what I had. Well, come on. What did you have? What did you eat? Well, for the first course, I ate a turkey sandwich. A what? A turkey sandwich. Un sándwich de Turquía. No, excuse me, Turkey is a country. Un sándwich turco sería Turkish sandwich. And Turkey is the country, yes. The capital is Ankara, Turkey. And the biggest city is Istanbul. But Turkey also means pavo. Un pavo. O sea, hay muchos pavos en Turquía, ¿cómo se diría? There are a lot of turkeys in Turkey. Y también hay muchos turcos. There are a lot of Turks in Turkey, and there are a lot of probably there are a lot of turkeys in Turkey. So, you ate a turkey sandwich last night. See, I ate 8 turkey sandwiches. No. Comiste 8 sándwiches de pavo. I ate 8. Así suena, but no, it's not true. I ate 1 turkey sandwich for the first course. What did you eat for the second course? I ate a bowl of popcorn. You ate what? I ate a bowl, un cuenco, bowl, B-O-W, I ate a bowl of popcorn. What? Palomitas de maíz. Popcorn. Yeah. You're crazy. No. I ate a turkey sandwich. And then I ate a bowl of popcorn. I don't believe it. You see, I told you you weren't going to believe me, or to believe it. que no ibas a creerlo o no ibas a creerme. Lo que no decimos es no me lo creo. Es decir, no te creo o no creo. O no lo creo. En inglés, si tú me dices algo que no creo, en español solo... No. Ok, o sea, tú sabes volar como Superman, no me lo creo. Así se dice normalmente en español. En inglés, no. Decimos o bien no lo creo, o sea, el hecho, o no te creo a ti. So we say, I don't believe you. You say you can fly like Peter Pan. I don't believe you. Or I don't believe it. Those are the two options. I told you weren't going to believe me about last night. I ate a turkey sandwich for the first course and a bowl of popcorn for the second. Come on. You don't believe me. I told you weren't going to believe me. You see? Every time we do this, I win. So you don't believe me. Well, I guarantee you, I ate a turkey sandwich for the first course. And for the second course, I ate popcorn. You're crazy. No, I'm not. Popcorn is good for you. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Well, it depends. If you put a lot of butter on the popcorn, no, it's not good for you. But I only put salt. How much? Salt is not bad for you, but too much salt, yes. Maybe a little bit too much. So I ate a turkey sandwich for the first course, and I ate popcorn for the second. You're crazy. But now do you believe me? Okay. If you say so. If you say so means, si lo dices, si lo dices así, si así lo dices. If you say so. All right. Who did you deal with concerning that problem? What problem? Well, I remember you had a problem last week. Well, yes, last week I had a problem. What was the problem? One of the pink pencils wasn't sharp. You remember that? You remember? Yeah, I had a problem last week with this pink pencil. And who do you deal with concerning the problem? Concerning this problem? Yeah. Who did you deal with concerning the problem of the pink pencil? Who did I deal with? Who did you deal with? I dealt with Marta. I dealt with her. I dealt with you, right, Marta? She's nodding her head. All right. She's not shaking her head. She's nodding her head. I dealt with. Traté con ella con respecto a este problema. I dealt with Marta concerning the problem. And did she solve it? Solve what? The problem. Did she solve the problem? What problem? The problem of the point of the pencil. Remember, it was broken. Last week it was broken. Marta broke the pencil. Well, she didn't break the pencil. She broke the point. Are you sure Marta broke the point? Well, I don't know. The point was broken. She didn't sharpen the pencil. But now the problem is solved, right? Yeah. Who solved it? Excuse me? Who solved the problem? ¿Quién resolvió el problema? Marta did. How? How did she solve it? She sharpened the pencil. How did she sharpen it? Did she sharpen it with a pencil sharpener? No, she didn't. How did she sharpen it? She sharpened it with a knife. With a knife? Yeah. Why did she use a knife instead of a pencil sharpener? Well, she used, primera columna, she used a knife. Ahora voy a enlazar, escucha. She used a knife. She used a knife. She used a knife. Used a. Es difícil decir hasta para mí. She used a knife. Tengo que forzarlo. She used a knife. Nadie lo dice así. She used a knife. She used a knife. Because she didn't have a pencil sharpener. Does Marta have a knife? Marta, do you have a knife? She says she does. Where do you keep it? She keeps it in her purse, in her handbag. Is that your handbag down there? Over there, Marta? She's nodding. Can you show me the knife? She's going to show me the knife. Yeah, she's going to show me the knife. Wow, that's a box cutter. That's a box cutter. All right, that's not a knife. She doesn't have a knife. She has, well, it works, eh? The pencil is sharp. She has a box cutter, cortador de cajas. This is, yeah. Why do you carry a box cutter, Marta? I don't know why she carries a box cutter. For your protection. Well, she's short. She's very light. She's very attractive. So maybe she needs protection. Who knows? But you need to be careful. Yeah, so Marta has a box cutter. All right, let's go on. Very interesting, Marta, don't you think? All right. When did you get permission to go? I got permission to go cuando? Last week. I got permission to go last week. Creo que sí. Yeah, I got permission. To get permission es la forma de que me dieron permiso. O sea, se dice en inglés, conseguí permiso. Permesso avanti. Permission. To get permission. To get permission. You need to get permission to have this class. Why are you here? You're here because you want to learn English. Well, did you get permission? Yeah, you need permission from the people who sell these books. All right, to get permission. Got. Next one. How many drinks did you have last night? I didn't have any drinks last night. I mean, when you say to have a drink, it means tomar una copa. When you say tomar una copa, usually we think in terms of whiskey, gin, vodka, rum, etc. To have a glass of wine, it's true, it's just to have a drink. Yeah. I had a drink last night with Pedro. We had a drink. I wouldn't probably not understand wine, but okay, a wine or beer. But when you have a drink, it's always alcoholic. It's always alcoholic. So if you don't drink, you never have drinks with anybody. So it says, how many drinks did you have last night? I didn't have any drinks last night. And the night before? Yeah, the night before I had 2 drinks. Really? Where did you have the drinks? I had the drinks in a bar. And who did you have the drinks with? I had the drinks with Marta's fiance. Really? Yeah. Is Marta married? No. No, she's not. It's her fiance. Fiance, what is that? Fiance is prometido. So she's planning to get married. I suppose. Here in Spain, people are fiancés for 20 years sometimes. Are you planning to get married? She's nodding her head. Are you planning to get married soon? She's shaking her head. Are you planning to get married in the future? She's nodding her head. It's impossible to get married in the past. Okay. So, yes. So I had a drink. I had a drink with her fiancé. And we had a drink in a bar near my house. All right, to have. Have had. Did you pay for the drink in dollars or in euros? Of course. I paid for the drinks in dollars. Excuse me, in euros. I didn't pay in dollars. And why didn't you pay in dollars? Because I live in Spain. The bars and restaurants don't accept dollars. In Mexico, yes. Or in Peru, yes. They will accept dollars. But in Spain, no. The restaurants, the establishments don't accept dollars. They only accept euros and credit cards. And so I paid in euros. I paid in euros. I paid in euros. Pagué en euros. I paid in. ¿Le hacemos? I paid in. I paid in euros. I didn't pay in. Paid in. Pay in. Paid in. Paid in. No se escucha. Pagué en euros, no pagué en dólares. Pagué en dólares. I paid in euros, I didn't pay in dollars. Esa es la fonética inglesa, en acción. La realidad fonética. I paid in euros, I didn't pay in dollars. All right, where did you stand when you gave the speech? What speech? Didn't you give a speech last week? Yeah, yes, I did. I gave a speech. Yeah, I gave a speech last week. When did you give the speech? I gave it Tuesday of last week. Where did you give the speech? I gave the speech at the Optimist Club. The what? The Optimist Club. El Club de los Optimistas. Yeah. Last week I gave a speech in front of the Optimist Club. Come on. You're pulling my leg. I don't believe you. You don't believe what? The Optimist Club. Come on. Hey, go into Google, go into Internet, and put the Optimist Club, or in Spanish, El Club de los Optimistas, and you see that it exists in 30 different countries. Yeah. So last week I gave a speech. Well, I gave a talk, digamos. Una charla, una conferencia. Speech parece muy formal. I gave a speech in front of the Spanish Optimist Club. Very good. Marta's looking up Optimist Club. She doesn't believe me. You don't believe me, Marta. Do you believe me? The Optimist Club. And you'll see it exists. All right? And so, yes, but where did you stand? Where did I stand? Yeah, where did you stand when you gave the speech? In the Optimist Club. Well, I stood in front of the people. Yeah, fine. Well, the people were at round tables. It was a dinner. And I gave a speech. I gave a talk. But where did you stand? I said, ya te lo dije, I told you. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. I told you I stood in front of the people. Yeah, but exactly where did you stand? I stood at a podium. A what? A podium. Un podio. Wow. Igual en inglés. Bueno, podium. I stood at a podium. And I gave the speech in front of 300 people, probably, in the Spanish Optimist Club. Well, Richard, are you a member of the Optimist Club? No, I'm not a member of the Optimist Club, but I gave a talk last week in front of the Optimist Club, and I stood at a podium. Yeah? And what was the speech about? The speech was about attitudes and aptitudes. Excuse me. Attitudes and aptitudes and their connection. How long did the speech last? It lasted 45 minutes. How many people fell asleep during the speech? Nobody fell asleep during the speech. How many people yawned? How many people yawned during the speech? Nobody yawned during the speech. How do you know? 300 people. I was watching as I was speaking. Miraba conforme hablaba. Fíjate, dos letritas, as. Miraba o vigilaba, observaba mientras hablaba. I was watching as I was speaking. Con esas dos letritas. Vigilaba a medida que hablaba. Vigilaba según hablaba. Vigilaba conforme hablaba. I was watching as I was speaking, and nobody fell asleep, and nobody yawned. Yeah. Are you yawning now? Yawns are very contagious. If I yawn, you will yawn probably. Marta's yawning. Marta's yawning. Yeah, she's yawning. She's yawning. Yawn con Y. Yawn. Como dawn, que es el amanecer. D-A-W-N. Like fawn, que es cervatillo. Fawn. And like lawn. Césped. A lawnmower, lawn tennis, etc. All right, we only have 1 minute left. My God. Hurry, hurry, hurry. How many students did you teach last year? Last year? I taught la tira. I taught a lot of students last year. How many? I don't know. But I taught a lot of students. Every day I teach. Yesterday I taught. How did you hurt your arm? Well, I didn't hurt my arm. I hurt my index finger. How did you hurt your index finger? I cut it in the kitchen. Yes, I hurt. Every day I hurt. Yesterday I hurt. And finally, por último, how much? No, por penúltimo. Okay. How much did it cost? What? Sharpening this pencil? It didn't cost anything. It was free. Marta did it for free. She didn't charge me. How much did it cost? It cost €0. Y por último, and finally, when did you quit smoking? I quit smoking 20 years ago. Dejé de fumar. Not true. I quit smoking many, many years ago. See you in the next class. Take care.